It is Friday, and of course, we welcome back Alan Karpick from Gold and Black Live. Alan, as always, thanks so much for joining us.
Good to be here.
And we just have to dive right in because it is such a big night for Purdue men's basketball team as it faces one seed Houston in a game that won't be over until midnight, a very late one today. What are the key moments that the Boilermakers need to make to keep this one interesting?
Well, it will. That game will not start. It's supposed to start at 10:09. I'll bet it'll be about 10:30 before it starts. Purdue has to play what you saw there, and that is Braden Smith. They'll have to play flawlessly. They've got to find a way not only to be able to score against one of the best defenses in the country, but also the ability to slow down one of the best offenses in the country in Houston. The Cougars can do it all. Trey Kaufman-Rudd has been phenomenal for Purdue inside, and but you see guys like Jakari Harris and C.J. Cox. Look for them as freshmen. They're going to have to grow up big time tonight for Purdue to have a chance.
And of course, Houston might be the best team left in the tournament. What makes the Cougars just so elite?
Well, and last night we saw Duke, we saw Alabama play great. I may pare down that statement a little bit much because I think Houston is really, really good. What makes them good is their physicality, also just their ability in the backcourt to have. They've got three really, really good guards. They're very physical up front, and they have that blend of toughness that Kelvin Sampson's teams really bring together for the Cougars and have for years for Sampson in his stops at Indiana and other places. So this is a team that's going to be very, very difficult from a physical standpoint for Purdue to match, and Purdue's going to have to find a way, Lily, to outfox Houston, and that's find some way to do something that Houston can't defend. Gonzaga did a good job doing that in the NCAA tournament, but it's going to be a big challenge for Purdue.
And of course, Purdue playing just 60 miles away from home. Will it help Purdue pull up the upset at all?
Well, it'll help me get there faster, that's for sure, and that part's good. It will be a pro-Purdue crowd, but one thing that's going to be interesting is Tennessee and Kentucky play in that first game. It's downtown Indianapolis this afternoon. Will be teeming with Purdue people, but also with Kentucky and Tennessee people. Nobody travels in basketball and from a fan base more than Kentucky and the Wildcats and Tennessee. Kentucky's beaten Tennessee 2 times. Will they beat them a third? Going to be a great lid lifter prior to that Purdue game. But pregame and from a crowd standpoint, that may limit, has driven up the ticket prices, and it may limit Purdue's ability to have a huge throng there just because there's going to be a lot of Tennessee and Kentucky fans there. Purdue will be well represented, though, Lily, for sure.
Indianapolis, of course, will be very, very busy this afternoon, so stay safe on those travels. Yeah. And finally, one thing, even if Purdue loses tonight and ends its season with 24-12, do you consider it a success?
Well, I think you do, because Purdue got back to the Sweet 16. Keep in mind, this team is, if everybody comes back, is well oiled, so to speak, to make a run next year. Purdue could be in that Final Four position next year. Purdue needs to play well tonight, but I think this season's been a success just the way the Boilermakers got to the Sweet 16.